A storm is coming. The village of Abenakrom was once a tapestry woven with vibrant colors, the emerald cloak of cocoa plantations, the sapphire gleam of the Ancestral River, and the laughter-filled chatter that echoed through the sun-baked streets. Under the benevolent reign of Nanakwesi, a king famed for his wisdom and respect for tradition, Abenakrom flourished. He understood the delicate balance between progress and the village's rich heritage, upholding the rituals that honored their ancestors while embracing advancements that improved their lives. However, a serpent of discontent slithered through the village square. Whispers turned to roars as some villagers felt Nanakwesi's reverence for tradition hampered their desire for unfettered change. They craved modern conveniences, scoffed at the old ways, and dismissed the ancestral spirits as outdated superstition. The seeds of rebellion were sown, nurtured by greed and a thirst for power. One fateful night, under the cloak of a full moon, a mob stormed the royal palace. Their fury, fueled by years of discontent, was a tempest unleashed. Nanakwesi, a man of peace, offered no resistance. His pleas for reason fell on deaf ears, and he was brutally murdered along with his family. Only Prince Kwesi, his youngest son, vanished during the chaos, his whereabouts shrouded in mystery. A new king, Kwame Adu, ascended the throne, riding a wave of anti-tradition sentiment. He dismantled the shrines to the ancestors, declaring them relics of a bygone era. The village elders, their voices silenced, watched with despair as the sacred rituals were abandoned. The once vibrant festivals, filled with reverence and joy, became raucous displays of excess. The village, stripped of its spiritual anchor, began to decay. Greed bloomed like a poisonous weed. The once fertile lands were stripped bare, sacrificed for unsustainable farming practices. The Ancestral River, once teeming with life, became a dumping ground for their waste. The air, once fragrant with the scent of cocoa flowers, was now thick with smoke from neglected plantations. The harmony that once existed between Abenakrom and the natural world began to unravel. Strange occurrences became commonplace. Unexplained illnesses swept through the village, leaving families devastated. Crops withered and died despite heavy rains. The once predictable weather patterns became erratic, unleashing violent storms that tore through the village. The whispers returned, this time tinged with fear. The elders, their voices regaining strength, spoke of a looming darkness, a consequence of their disrespect for the ancestors. King Adu scoffed, dismissing it as superstition. But even the most hardened hearts harbored a flicker of doubt as they witnessed the growing desolation of their once beloved village. One sweltering afternoon, the sky turned an unnatural shade of green. An oppressive silence descended upon Abenakrom, broken only by the frantic chirping of panicked birds. Then, without warning, a monstrous wind roared through the village. Trees were uprooted like blades of grass, houses were ripped from their foundations, and the air crackled with an unseen energy. A collective scream tore through the cacophony as a torrent of blood-red rain pummeled the earth. The villagers scrambled for shelter, their pleas for mercy swallowed by the howling storm. In the heart of the chaos, amidst the devastation and terror, a single, chilling figure emerged from the carnage, Prince Kwesi, the vanished son. His eyes blazed with an unnatural light, his face etched with an expression of both sorrow and rage. He raised his hand towards the blood-red sky, and a booming voice, filled with ancient power, echoed through the storm. For your arrogance and disrespect, Abenakrom shall be consumed by the very essence you have disregarded. The ground began to tremble violently, cracks snaking across the ravaged landscape. Buildings crumbled, the river overflowed its banks, and the villagers cried out in unimaginable terror. As the storm raged, Prince Kwesi stood unmoving, a grim silhouette against the apocalyptic spectacle. The fate of Abenakrom hung in the balance. Would the village be swallowed by the earth itself, a punishment for their transgressions? Or was there a flicker of hope, a way to appease the wrath of the ancestors and avert complete annihilation?